Hello lads, it's James here from Inside United and welcome here to today's video. The final whistle has just been blown at Old Trafford and Manchester United have collected 1 point against Manchester City after a goalless draw in today's Premier League match. It was an intense, fierce derby. Both teams defended very well and very solid at the back and defended well as a unit. There's no clear-cut chances throughout the whole game. I can think of a couple, we'll move on to them later. There was no space anywhere on the pitch. It was all clustered in the middle, or whenever someone did get on the ball, it was always someone would press them quickly and put them under pressure. And you couldn't be on the ball too long. You had to know what you're going to do with the ball before you received it. You know, I thought Rojo was brilliant today. You know, he had De Bruyne in his back pocket. You know, De Bruyne struggled today. You know, he's coming from Wolfsburg. He's been a fantastic player for Manchester City so far. I don't know why Chelsea sold him, but today he was absolutely outclassed by Marcus Rojo, because I thought he had a fantastic game. Every time De Bruyne got on the ball, Rojo was just strong in the tackles, and every time he won the tackle. And you know, in the end, De Bruyne went onto the left and Navas went onto the right, which was a sort of change. And De Bruyne, you know, he got a bit more luck on the left, but I thought Rojo was brilliant today. It was an end-to-end match. Throughout, both teams stayed strong in their defence, and both teams neither really wanted to lose the match. The closest either team went to scoring was probably in the 85th minute, when Lingard, who came on off the bench for Manchester United, got a chance. Martial, brilliant ball from him over the top. There was Lingard who made that run, losing his marker, I think it was Kolarov, and getting on to the ball. There was no City defender in sight. And then there was Lingard, who he had to take it first time. He couldn't take a touch and have a shot because he knew that Hart was on rushing. So he basically flicks it over Hart. Hart was beaten basically, but he couldn't have put it low because Hart was in a good position. Hart's not a small keeper. He had to make sure that it was literally going right at the top, the top of the goal. It was very close. It ended up hitting the bar, and it was a good chance for Manchester United to take the lead very late on. And in the 80th minute, you've got the 3 points are almost in the bag. United had another chance. This one was more of a half chance really than any clear cut chances. And in the 88th minute, when the ball fell to Chris Smalling, he doesn't get enough power on it for me. You know, when you get in that situation, you would prefer to have it to be someone who would literally put their boot through it and it'll go straight in that top right hand corner. But you know, I think it went to Smalling. He doesn't get enough power on it. I think he sort of slips on his left leg as well as he takes it. You know, there's no real chances created throughout the whole game by either side, and it was end-to-end stuff. But no one wanted to go and commit for the win. And you know, risk being caught out at the back and then losing it. You know, you've seen it loads of times before. You know, in a derby match when it's 0-0, United commit themselves to try get the win, and then the City, they get the ball, hit them on the counter attack. United are wide open, left out at the back, and then City go and take the win. And neither team wanted to do that. As much as both teams wanted to get that victory and the bragging rights in the derby, neither team really wanted to commit too many men forward and then go and risk losing the match in the end just to go and get the victory. It was a lacklustre performance, in my opinion, from Manchester United. You know, when there's no Aguero, for me, who's their best player, there's no David Silva, who's the creative player in their team. You know, you've also had, okay, they still have Sterling, De Bruyne, Bonnie on his day could be a real threat. But Sterling and De Bruyne didn't have a good game. You know, they didn't turn up. So basically they had Aguero and Silva out. Sterling and De Bruyne were not great. Company's just come back after 6 weeks on the sideline. So you're telling me this is probably a good time to play Manchester City. And they were there for the taking. I really do. I don't think City played well at all. They didn't have some of their key players. It was at Old Trafford. You know, when you've got those 75,000 people counting as a 12th man. But, you know, we didn't pressure City enough, or we didn't create enough opportunities. And when you don't create chances, you can't score. You know, in the first half, we didn't have a shot on target. I don't think we didn't even have a shot. That's just awful. You know, no real attempts. And you've got to think you're going to put more pressure under a team, especially in a derby match like this one. In my opinion, I think it was a fair result, a 0-0. Neither team did enough for me to score. Neither team did enough to win the match. I think it was a fair result at 0-0. But looking at Full-Time Devils, our fan channels, looking at what Louis van Gaal said in his post-match reaction to the media, he said that they were unlucky to win or get the 3 points. I think you're mad. I really don't see where that came from. You know, we had one real opportunity throughout the game, and that was that Lingard chance, which came in the 85th minute. Okay, you could say the Smalling one, but that was a half chance. You could say the Mata was a good opportunity, but nothing came from that either. And I just think, really, actually, I think that's wrong. And I don't think we did deserve to win, and I don't think we were unlucky. I think, you know, we didn't put City on the ropes, did we? We didn't really pile on the pressure throughout the whole game. So I think actually a 0-0 was a fair result. In terms of who it would probably suit better, it'll probably be City because they're top of the league. You know, a point away at Old Trafford's a good result. They were the away side, but either team will be happy with that. I don't think we exposed City enough. We didn't get in behind them enough, and that was a thing we had against CSKA Moscow the other night as well. You know, I thought Schneiderlin had a good game. Moving on to that, I think Lingard did okay when he came on. Valencia was okay in the first half. Smalling, he was okay again. Herrera, I thought he had a good game. But for me, I thought Martial, he cut open, he looked lively, he looked like he wanted to create stuff. He looks a bit wasted on the left though. He's a striker for me. But for me, the player of the game was for sure Marcus Rojo, who I thought was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Who had a bad game though, but I don't want to scapegoat Rooney, but he was awful again today, and he seems to keep getting into the team, and I don't think he deserves to. He should be dropped. He should really focus on his performance. He kept giving the ball away. His decision making wasn't good enough, and I don't think he had a great game at all. It was one of those games, you know, you could say the glass was half full, the glass was half empty. You know, there was positives to take. You know, we're still unbeaten at home in the league this season. But then also you can say, you know, we should really beat City at home. You know, it's a good chance to go to the top of the league. But we're joint third or fourth if you go on goal difference. We're 11 points as West Ham, who are third, 2 points behind City and Arsenal. With Liverpool drawing at home, with Chelsea losing again, it's not been a bad weekend. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Next for Manchester United is Middlesbrough on a Wednesday night in the Capital One Cup. See you later.